Deputy to Kent North.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Natural Resources keeps saying that he's listening to private woodlot owners, but he clearly isn't. Despite the Minister's repeated claims that private woodlot owners do not want Crown timber royalty rates to increase during the boom, the lumber market, the New Brunswick Federation of Woodlot Owners has once again called the Minister's inaction on Crown timber royalties not only mind-boggling, but willfully blind. The Minister's assertion that a steady royalty rate is better ignores the fact that successive governments have bent over backwards to provide aid to mills, including property tax breaks when the market was down. It has been 6 years since timber royalties have been changed, a violation of the Crown Land and Forest Act, which requires annual review, as has been pointed out by the Auditor General. Now that the market are back up, where is the benefit to New Brunswickers?
The Minister of Natural Resources and Energy Development.
Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure to stand and have a chance to answer questions on the floor here today. I wonder what the member opposite would suggest when we have situations where retail prices on lumber are significantly low, like we've seen in 2018 through 2019. Would he suggest that we follow the jurisdictions that he's referring to and have prices that are significantly lower than what private woodlot stumpages are? So when I say I'm not going to compete with private woodlot owners as it relates to the price of wood, that is what I'm talking about. If you want to take a piece out of a context here or there and create a narrative that makes you seem like you're a champion, so be it. I'm going to choose to follow a path that ensures we will not compete with the private woodlot owners, we will not chase commodities like other jurisdictions have, and as a result leave money on the table. I am going to ensure that it's a profitable sector and the private woodlot sector is taken care of as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The Deputy to Kent North.
Talking about a champion, Mr. Speaker. The Minister of Natural Resources had said many times that he wants to restore fairness and help private woodlot owners, but he has yet to bring the legislative changes needed to ensure that that will happen. When the Premier promised an overhaul of the Crown Land and Forest Act during the 2018 election campaign, private woodlot owners were hopeful change was finally coming. 3 years later, they have yet to see it. The Minister has even suggested that he is open to making private woodlot owners their primary source of supply again. The Minister has had plenty of time and legislative opportunities to make small changes to the Crown Land and Forest Act that private woodlot owners are asking for. He has brought forward legislation that hunters and angler groups have requested. Why does he refuse to bring forward legislation to create fairness in New Brunswick's wood market for private woodlot owners?
Minister of Natural Resources.
Mr. Speaker, once again, I'm going to reflect back to the member opposite. Is he referring to legislation that the private woodlot owners were confused about when the leader of the Green Party presented it as a motion? I don't think so. If you want to legislate for the sake of legislating and put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, then that means you want to stand in front and get political points rather than deal with the issues. We are not scared of legislation, but we are going to legislate accordingly. I am not scared of dealing with the issue, and the member opposite fails to recognize in his statement or his question the 5-year hold we put on the increase to any allocation of Crown land. Now, when you say you've had lots of time, how about we take the right amount of time and we take that 5-year runway and we put a plan in place that ensures that primary source of supply coming back again, ensures that the resources that the private woodlot sector need are available, and that we do it right. Then you can talk to me about legislation, Mr. Speaker.